Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to KCPE, the tourist man in Black Africa. Jomo Kenyatta had the best cabinet in this country. Talk of people like Jaramogi Oginga Odinga as the vice president. Talk of Tom Mboya. Talk of Mwai Kibaki and others. So it was an inspiring cabinet. Moi had the worst cabinet in this country. Talk of Kehika Kimani. Talk of Kariuki Chotara. Talk of people who could not even express themselves. People like Mutisia. Again, Mwai Kibaki had an excellent cabinet. Talk of Raila Amolo Odinga. Jaramogi Oginga, sorry for that, Raila Amolo Odinga, there is Mukisa Kitui. There was James Orego. There was Anyang' Nyong'o. There was the Hurricane, also known as Karisa Maitha. And this cabinet was very, very inspiring. Not forgetting Meshuki. Come to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta had a good cabinet. Among the good cabinet ministers were people like Matiang'i himself and also Makoha. Despite his bullish style, he was an effective leader. When we come to William Samoei Ruto, the president's cabinet is lacking. I don't know whether you watched very clearly when Ezekiel Mashogu was unveiling this year's KCPE results. What did you observe? Were you inspired? Do you think he can inspire our youth, our students? What do you think about this man? What do you think of people like Aisha Jumwa? Do they inspire you? Other than loyalty to William Samoei Ruto, what do they bring? So if you're here for the first time, remember to subscribe to this channel, KCPE 2. Just hit the red button. And for our viewers, I'm very, very humbled. I'm very grateful for your continued support. We are moving forward. And also, you can also hit the notification bell so that anytime we upload a video, YouTube will notify you. I want us to look at some of the qualities of a good cabinet minister. The first one is he must be charismatic. A charismatic leader is somebody who is able to bring people, to make people listen to him. I'm not saying that you be Patrick Lumumba, because Patrick Lumumba is a very good orator. I'm not saying that you be Martin Luther King, but you can be like James Orego. You can be like Anyang' Nyong'o. You can be like Uhuru Kenyatta. Even Ruto is somehow charismatic. Even Raila is charismatic. But when you look at Mashogu, Ezekiel Mashogu is the one who provoked me to come up with this video, because I had to look at all the cabinet secretaries in William Samoei Ruto's government. And I realized most of them, almost all of them, are not charismatic. The other kind of quality that we expect is inspiration. When you look at Mother Karua, she inspires confidence. When you look at Matiang'i, he inspires confidence. When you look at the docket that they were handling, the interior docket by Matiang'i, the education, remember the way the education sector was dogged. Kumbuka tulikuwa na wizi wa mitihani wa hali ya juu sana. Kumbuka watu ndio ambao walihakikisha kwamba mitihani, matokeo ya mtihani inatolewa haraka iwezekanavyo. Baada ya wiki mbili, wiki tatu tunakuwa na matokeo ya mtihani. Lakini unapoangalia Ezekiel Mashogu, unapoangalia baraza la mawaziri la William Samoei Ruto, utaona kuna walakini. Sidhani they'll be much effective when we compare them with Uhuru Kenyatta's cabinet. Again, the voice is very, very important. You must be audible and you must have a commanding voice. Although a leopard or a tiger does not declare its tigritude, sometimes, unajua mwanaume ni sauti. Nilisema wakati mwingine hapa, kama ni majambazi, washtuliwe na the voice. Voice is very, very important, because you must have a commanding voice if you are a leader. You can imagine a president who is commanding people and the voice is so down, the man is not very effective. You need to have the voice. Look at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga's voice. Look at Kenyatta's voice, Uhuru's voice, even Ruto is somehow commanding when it comes to the voice. But when you look at somebody like Kidiki, Kidiki does not have that voice. He's not blessed with that voice. Again, you need to have another characteristic of gift of the gaps. You must be able to command. You must be able to use the language in a commanding way, whether English ama Kiswahili. Lazima uwe mlubi, lazima uwe unaeleweka vizuri sana, unasema nini, unamaanisha nini. Lazima uweze kutumia lugha kwa njia ambayo inafaa. When you listen to Ezekiel Mashogu, yes, he has the language, but the language itself is so dry. And again, you must have some jokes in you. When you listen to Raila Amolo Odinga, he has so many jokes, by the way. Even William Samoei Ruto, when he was the deputy president, he used to have so many jokes. And that is one way he was able to have a following. When you listen to Mwai Kibaki, he was full of jokes. And in those jokes, there was a lot of seriousness. Even Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta had some jokes. But when you look at these guys, they don't have jokes. The only person who tried to have a joke which backfired is Moses Kuria. When he was trying to say that there are so many deaths, there are so many ways of dying in this country. And the government had decided to add GMO as another way of dying. And it backfired. People are not happy with this. People do not like this kind of joke. It was not good. Again, you must have the competence to act in that docket. You must act like you can control that docket. If you look at Ezekiel Mashogu, nothing bad against him, but he doesn't act. He doesn't look like he has the control of that ministry. It doesn't seem like that docket is under him. It doesn't seem that, well, again, when you look at Aisha Jumwa, she of Public Service Commission, she doesn't look like she is in control of that docket. She doesn't seem like she can bring changes that people want in that docket. And again, competence is very, very important. William Samoei Ruto's cabinet competent, other than loyalty, because I think William Samoei Ruto, one of the methods that he uses to reward his supporters or to appoint people in office is loyalty. Yes, loyalty is very important, but sometimes you need to go above loyalty. If I were William Samoei Ruto, whatever the case, I could have retained Matiang'i. Maybe as interior or education. I could not have ignored this person. And I think there are many of the CS or many people that he could have involved in his cabinet. Do you think he could not have won the support of the Kisses if, for instance, he was able to retain their son? Again, as we finish, it is also important to look at 100 days of hot air in William Samoei Ruto's government. For sure, there's not much to talk about. Very true, if you ask me. Yes, 100 days of hot air. Not much to talk about. High cost of living. Fuel prices are very high. Cost of living is very high. Remember, they had said that they would bring the cost of life very down, the cost of living very down. But what we have is that people are lamenting. The cost of education is also high. And so many things have changed. Even the electricity. The cost of electricity has gone very high. And this one is, people are not talking about it, but that is a fact. That is a reality. So I think they need to do a lot. And what there is that the opposition have given them a lot of support, by the way. If you ask me, Raila Amolo Odinga supported William Samoei Ruto. And all those guys who are in Uhuru's government have supported William Samoei Ruto. Because you realize there is no opposition, by the way. The opposition is not giving him a hell of time. He has all the time to do what he wants. And I think they have agreed to allow him to continue making mistakes, such that in 2027, he will not have many excuses. Because if you ask me, he is continuing in the long, the country is not headed in the right direction. If you ask me, look at even the exchange rate, shilling to the dollar is very high. Look at even the rate, the optimism that was there when he took over power. It has faded. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, I think there is so much to do. Remember to subscribe to Gashi's Comment 2 and have a Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.